Last January, several gorillas at the San Diego Zoo, they got sick with the virus that causes COVID-19. It was a wake-up call for keepers at the Phoenix Zoo here to implement more precautions and increase vigilance.
Yeah, and Fox 10's Anita Roman looked into this along with Brian Kay. They take us behind the scenes and show us how the zoo is working to keep the animals safe.
Sit. Good.
Senior carnivore keeper at the Phoenix Zoo, Carl Stone, always kept a safe distance when feeding the Sumatran tigers. But now 6 feet has an entirely different meaning.
It was almost a surprise because we were taking precautions immediately with our primates just because of their close genetic relationship to humans. So we expected them to be vulnerable, but we weren't necessarily expecting cats to be the first ones to show signs of having the virus, right?
Tigers, like humans, are at risk for contracting COVID-19.
We try to be more proactive with ourselves. We try to monitor our personal health because even, we can pass it on to the cats.
When we go into zoo medicine, we are very much aware of the One Health concept where animal and human and environmental health is very connected. And this is a prime example.
Director of Veterinary Services for the zoo, Dr. Kristen Fair, says zookeepers started to change daily routines last spring in an effort to limit the spread of COVID to animals that are at highest risk.
Because Al the Tamanduá is a COVID-restricted animal, we could no longer take him out because then he'd be interacting with the public and just things that the public has touched.
Al the Tamanduá is susceptible. Armadillos and bats can get COVID. These animals are part of the zoo's Animal Ambassador program. Keepers cannot take them out and risk exposure.
It has their individual fruit and their starch. And then what we'll do is we'll do things like put them in lunch bags, and then we'll toss them around the exhibit, or we'll throw them on the top of the mesh so they have to climb to interact with them.
Jessica Hines, senior primate keeper, wears a mask and gloves when handling food. She keeps a socially safe distance. She says the orangutans miss the interaction with keepers, so enrichment is offered in other ways. But safety has to be top priority.
Almost anything that we can get, they can get. We're just genetically so close.
Drastic measures are being taken to keep the black-footed ferrets safe.
They're descended from an extremely small number of animals from the wild, so they're a little bit genetically depauperate, and so we're concerned that they may not be able to fight off illnesses as well as some other animals.
The Phoenix Zoo is home to only one of 6 facilities in the world breeding black-footed ferrets back into the wild. So plexiglass has been put up around the cages, limited staff is allowed in, and they have to wear PPE from head to toe.
There it is!
While the zoo is open to the public, all precautions are being taken among guests.
Target. Good.
And staff. It's the animals that vets and keepers are most concerned with, and protocol is in place if a positive case is detected.
I think we would first monitor, but then we would probably need to alert our state veterinarian if we had a high level of concern, probably looking at our employees in that area too and finding out whether or not anyone else is clinical at that point in time as well.
Dr. Fair says if the state vet orders a COVID test, it would be done just like it is on people, a nasal or oral swab or a blood test. All of the keepers, Stone included, make sure there's plenty of space, but they're also keeping a close eye on behavior, making sure the animals keep their energy and appetite up, both signs that something could be wrong. Anita Roman, Fox 10 News.
All done.
The San Diego Zoo vaccinated several primates several weeks ago, and Dr. Fair says the Phoenix Zoo is researching whether that's the best option for its animals. But at this point, there is no approved COVID vaccine for zoo animals.